guys, it's Mrs. Brower and a very lazy rogue, and today we're going to show you how to do part 2 of your fraction kit. So if you missed part 1, go check that out first. Otherwise, let's get started.
So for part 2 of our fraction kit, we're going to start with some pieces that we have from part 1. So you have your one whole sized piece, and you have one leftover piece the same size as that whole. You will need one more sheet of paper. Anytime we are folding and tearing, if you have scissors, just cut instead. And if you don't have scissors, make sure that you follow how we do that. So I'm going to remind you by showing you what we're going to do with our extra piece of paper, which is get rid of the section with the holes in it. So we're going to fold along the pink line. And every time we fold and tear a piece of paper, we push down really good on that fold, and we're making sure we're being really careful to line everything up, make our fold nice and straight. We unfold and fold it backward on the same spot and push down really hard. And now we're ready to tear. So we're going to put our finger right by where we're about to tear to make a nice straight line every time. Moving our finger to place it right by where we're about to tear. Whoop. And it might not be perfect, but this method should help it be pretty close. This piece we don't need. And now we're going to fold our paper in half to make whole-sized pieces like the one that we have from part 1. So very carefully, we're lining everything up. All the edges, if your paper doesn't have lines, just line up along the edges and the corners. And follow that procedure for folding and tearing. So the first thing we're going to do is turn it the same way as our one whole-sized piece and fold it in half, which may sound a little bit crazy, but if you don't have a ruler at home, this is the best way I could find for us to make thirds. If you have a ruler at home, go ahead and measure the length of your entire one whole, divide it by 3, and find where your 3 pieces will be. For the rest of us, we've folded this in half, and now we're going to turn that so that our fold is facing left to right for us. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a line from your top right to the bottom left of where the half mark was. So I'm going to use my piece of paper as my ruler, connect those 2 dots, and draw a line. And now I'm going to make another line from your very bottom right to the very top left. So not stopping at our halfway mark this time, going all the way across. And I'm using 2 pieces of paper to act as my ruler as I connect the 2 corners and draw my line. Okay, what I really need to see right now is where the 2 lines that I just drew intersect, where they cross each other. And so I'm now going to fold along that line. And guess what? This is going to be a 1/3 sized piece. So go ahead and tear that piece off. I can take my other piece and just fold it in half. If I have 2/3 and I cut them in half, each piece will be 1/3. All right, I'm going to fold these over so that I don't see the pink line, I don't see any of my lines that I drew, and I now have 3 equal size pieces. They're all the same size as each other, and together they make one whole. You made thirds. Great job. You can color code your pieces like in my introduction part of the video, how I did with my other set. You can label them or you don't have to label them. It's up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and label them, but you choose how you want to make your kit. The next size we're going to make is 6ths. So we can start by making thirds. You can do this the same way that we did with the last pieces, drawing your lines and folding, or you can take 1/3 that you already made, line it up with the edges of your paper on the corner, and draw a line, and guess what? this piece will be 1/3. Then you can fold the other section in half or trace another 1/3. It's completely up to you, but choose how you want to make your thirds out of any of those options and go ahead and fold and tear them. Okay, we made thirds, but we already have thirds. What we want to make are sixths. And the way that we can do that is by folding each one of these in half, tearing it, and labeling. We can use these pieces to find so many different patterns. The next section we're going to make is twelfths. Again, this is the same size as our one whole piece. And you might be thinking, why are we making twelfths? And last time we made sixteenths. That seems a little silly. If you're like me, you might hear the number 12th and think, oh, 12 is bigger than 6, so a 12th must be bigger, just like a 6th must be bigger than a third because 6 is more. But if we can make pieces to help our brain see that when we're working with fractions, the denominator, the bottom number, tells us the number of pieces, which means that if it's bigger, the size of the piece has to be smaller because more pieces have to fit inside one hole. So, to make our twelfths, we're going to start by making thirds. And again, you can choose if you want to do that the way that we did at first, drawing your lines and folding where they intersect, or by tracing a third that you already made. Decide how you want to make your thirds, and when you've made your thirds and torn them apart, go ahead and tear them each in half again to make sixths, and then I'll tell you our next step. Go ahead and get started. Okay, now we have 6 equal-sized pieces, which we already did. So to turn our sixths into twelfths, you might have guessed it, we're going to fold each piece in half, tear it apart, and label it 1/12. Go ahead and do that now. As you can see, when we have all 12 twelfths, that makes one whole, just like 6 1/6ths make one whole, or 3 1/3s. And if you combine that with all the other pieces that you made, halves, fourths, eighths, sixteenths, you have tons of pieces ready to make lots of options for games. Great job! You now have a huge fraction kit ready for all sorts of different games, for finding patterns, and most of all, for having fun.